Hi guys, welcome to Girls for STEM guys. Thank you so much for always coming to this channel guys. I really do appreciate. Remember, we're here to encourage and inspire girls to pursue science and technology, and we're here to showcase other engineers, scientists who are navigating this STEM, and also to ensure that the girls, we can encourage them so we can show them how technology is going, the endeavors that are going on. And today guys, I am so excited to have Priya with me here guys. We're gonna have so much fun talking to her because she's gonna tell us a lot of things that she's doing. Oh my god, I can't wait to talk to her. So Priya, welcome to my channel Goes for STEM.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. It's great to be here today.
Oh, thank you so much. Wow, guys, let's dive into it because I know you guys are thirsty to listen to what is she doing, what is she all about. And remember, I bring you different types of engineers, scientists who come on my channel. And today we have Priya Abiram. I hope I'm pronouncing the name correctly.
That is correct. Yeah.
Okay. So, Priya Abiram, could you share with my viewers what are you doing today? Where are you? What's going on right now today? What are you doing?
Sure. So currently, I am a senior in high school based off Edison, New Jersey, navigating the college application process.
Yes.
But other than that, I have a really strong passion in aerospace engineering, and I'm an aspiring astronaut. It has been my dream and passion since the young age of like around 7. And
Yes.
since then, I have gotten into numerous STEM activities as well as
Yes.
sport activities. And space has just been always a fascination and dream from a young age.
Oh my God, guys, did you hear that? She's passionate about space missions, and that's what I'm passionate about. And guys, we are women, and it's okay to be passionate about this type of career. Wow, thank you so much, Priya, for sharing that. That's really interesting. So, you said you are what grade are you doing right now?
I'm a senior in high school.
Wow, so you're about to go to college.
Yes, that's
Wow. And where do you intend? Where are you applying? Where exactly are you applying?
yeah.
Different.
So I'm applying for aerospace engineering. Applying to a
Yes.
couple of schools. So we have Georgia Institute of Technology,
Yes.
MIT, Cornell. So we'll see how it goes. We didn't
Oh,
hear
I'm
back yet.
wishing you all the best and good luck. Wow, that's so interesting. So, Priya, I'm going to take you back, for example, when you were 5 years old. And the reason why I always ask this question to my viewers because I want to know what happens to these people who becomes engineers or scientists in their life. The reason why we want to know what's going on because we want to encourage other parents and also other students, other young people, young girls. How can they pursue science, technology, engineering, and mathematics? So, Priya, I'll take you back to when you were 5. What's going on in your life? Tell me, is anybody talking about science and technology STEM on the table when you're eating with mom and dad? Or do you have a neighbor outside who's talking about science and technology? Or what's going on? Can you share with my viewers?
Yeah, sure. So both my parents are actually software engineers, and although didn't really affect me to a great extent because we didn't have
Yes,
too many conversations about STEM at a young age, I was grateful for the opportunity to travel to a lot of different places, and one
yes,
of them was like museums.
yes.
And at a young age, I think it was my first visit to NASA and seeing all these like huge machinery just everywhere. And I asked the tour guide what this is, and the tour guide explained it to me
Yes,
as these are rockets. They are the hardest thing man has ever built, and it is even harder to fly in it. So
yes.
that day just like sparked an idea that transformed
Wow.
into the purpose of my life. And I aim to like do the most challenging thing that man has ever done and push our limits beyond our planet.
Oh my God. So, what grade were you, and do you remember the age you were when you got interested asking that person to explain to you? How old were you?
I was around 7, I think, and it was just out of plain curiosity in my first
Yes.
visit to NASA. Um,
Mhm.
and I used to just like I was pretty creative. I used to draw a lot. I used to bring out all of my thoughts, emotions through drawing and art.
Yes.
And through that, just seeing space as something that I couldn't capture on paper because that's not
Yes.
something I've witnessed myself. it just
Yeah.
inspired me to say, hey, what is there beyond our horizon? And it just spun my curiosity.
Wow, wow, that's interesting. And I'll tell you a story, Priya, when I was growing up back in Africa, because originally I'm from Zambia, a southern part of Africa. That's where I grew up. And United States gave me that opportunity to actually become an engineer. I'm just so privileged for United States to give me that privilege. And I worked for a place that I ever dreamed of. And I remember when back home, we were like in a village, a farm where my dad used to own a farm, and I would see planes flying on top of me. I wondered, I wished, I'm like, will I ever get on one of those, or will I be ever, even just to understand these planes? Can you imagine? And it's amazing that now I actually am in this profession. It's just so interesting. So I can imagine when you're sharing with us, how you were interested asking this person, and they're telling you that, this is one of the wonderful things that man has ever made. Wow, that's really interesting.
That's
Wow,
awesome.
wow.
Yeah.
That's good. So now after that, what's going on? Then you start grade one, and do you think you're thinking about space and going into engineering? What's going on at that time?
So, around elementary school, I was interested in a lot of different fields, so to speak. I was into like sports. I used to swim. I used to do taekwondo. I was also into like art design competitions, but I did take part in a lot of like STEM based activities.
Mhm.
Toward my younger age, I was grown up at India, and we
Yes,
didn't really have the type of clubs that we do here, like a robotics club or like a STEM team that we do,
yes.
that has become a lot more prevalent in like high schools in US.
Mhm.
So although the opportunities were limited there, I really loved just like, watching shows, movies, reading books about space, about science and technology, and just meeting different sorts of engineers and realizing the things that they do. I also had a knack for just like, building things, from like
Yes,
building Lego Barbie dream houses. Um,
yes.
and it was just, it gave me a great sense of happiness to see that, I can make something with my hands and bring that to life. So I think that's what also got me into like the engineering side.
Wow, wow, that's interesting. And it's so good to understand that, because I always talk about creating that environment, especially for parents and even other kids listening, to create that environment for our kids that can help them navigate or get an interest into STEM. And I'm sure your parents did provide
Definitely.
that, for example, access to the computer,
Yeah.
access to reading books, taking you places. So does that make some sense that something that was happening as well for your kids?
Yeah, definitely. My parents really let me and gave me the opportunity to explore all these different fields. So I think that is extremely important, to just, rather than trying to, stick to one field or decide on something at a young age, just explore everything that you just have fun doing, try different stuff out. And even if you can't decide on what you want to do in just like a year or two, continue down those paths in a long term and see how it all works out, see where you are able to be successful, and see what gives you that true pleasure. And I think from a parent perspective, I'm very grateful because my parents really allowed me to just explore everything I enjoyed doing and find my
Yes.
own path and create that, rather than forcing anything down on me. Yeah.
Wow, wow, that's interesting. So, and at that age, now you're growing up, almost going to high school. Do you have a role model? And the reason why I'm asking, I'm going to share. For me personally, I stumbled when I
Mhm.
was growing up and when I was actually at school, because I didn't see anyone who looked like me, my skin, and I didn't also see anyone who pursued manufacturing systems engineer when I was doing
Yeah.
my engineering. So I stumbled in that area. So, do you have a role model?
I was actually around eighth grade. I joined the Civil Air Patrol, which is the
Yes,
auxiliary of the U.S. Air Force, and I
yes,
think my closest role model was there during that time. Civil Air Patrol is a branch that's the auxiliary of the U.S. Air Force, and it's like there's a group of cadets and senior members, and their
mhm,
missions is to focus in like emergency services, aerospace, and leadership.
yes,
And over there was a senior cadet who was a senior, and she was into joining the Air Force and doing going into cybersecurity and cyber defense. And I remember during my first open house into the program, just seeing all these students walk in with the military bearing, that military discipline and drills and uniform. It really just inspired me to be that character with that sort of discipline. And since the time I joined the program, I've always looked up to her, and she has mentored me in basically all aspects of life and developing my personality to just be, stronger under pressure and be able to overcome different obstacles. So I'm really look up to her. Apart from that, in terms of just general role models, I look up to astronaut Kalpana Chawla, because she is someone that looks like me, and she also went through, she was the only girl in her college who was a female, and
Yeah.
she became an astronaut, and she did go to space. So she is someone that I looked up to from a much younger age. Yeah.
Wow. That's so interesting. Thank you so much for sharing that. And now let's talk about, you're going to be an astronaut. I'm seeing the uniform. What do you call it? Can you share with us behind you? I'm just so excited.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, sure. So that jumpsuit is actually a one of a sort of a spacesuit, and that I got that from my training over the summer at NASA through this program called Space Camp, which is actually open to children of a variety of ages. And through that program, I was able to explore a lot of what astronauts do, how they
Yes.
train, and also just general engineering fields.
Oh, I think I lost you or something.
I don't know what happened.
That's fine.
Yeah, it was like a tech issue. My device just started to restart in the middle, and I was like, "Whoa,
I'm
it
like,
has never done that
what?
before."
Who
I'm
is she? What has happened?
sorry. I'm so sorry.
That's fine. Okay, I'll continue. Where we,
Yeah. So,
where
oh,
we can see your attire.
oh
I'm sure
yes.
the young ones would love to see that. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So, this is one of the spaces that I got from Space Camp, which is based at the U.S. Space and Rocket Center, and it was one of the programs that I attended this past summer. And I have to say, it was like the best week of my life. We spent a week at the U.S. Space and Rocket Center learning about different things that an astronaut does, like a spacewalks, extravehicular missions, the things that they do inside the International Space Station, the science, the research. We had like fun games and competitions on designing spacecraft and designing spacesuits. And it was just an amazing exposure, as well as connecting with like minded people from across the country. I met peers all the way from all the different states who are also really interested and enthusiastic about space, the STEM field, and engineering overall. So it was an amazing experience. Yeah.
Wow, wow, that's interesting. And viewers, as you can see she has her uniform. So, how does it feel to be wanting to be an astronaut? Can you share with us? How does it feel?
It's something that just inspires me every day. I see, there's just so much unknown and there's so much potential for discovery beyond the horizon. And they say that the sky is the limit, but I would say that the sky is not the limit. It's really just the beginning to an infinite world that never ends. And
Yes.
there's just so many corners that we haven't touched yet. So it's something that I think about, and it gives the better part about space and exploring space is that as we push through all the struggles of space and living in space, we also devise a lot of technologies and spin-offs that could benefit people on Earth in like medical fields and
Oh my
basic lifestyle. So I see space as having, multifaceted applications in all areas of life, and it's really inspiring to me. Yeah.
Wow. Just yesterday, I was talking about benefits of space exploration in medicine, in health and medicine. Can you believe that? That's
Wow.
yeah, that was my topic. I was just talking about it, and on Facebook, oh my God, people went ballistic. They really loved it. I was telling them, I said, I know people have been saying United States waste a lot of billions of money trying to go to space. It's very expensive, of course, to go to space. But then I said, guys, the research that is
Mhm.
going on and just what has spilled off, just like you have said, is so beneficial to
Yeah.
humankind than
Yeah.
any other, than even going to space itself, because we've benefited in medicine,
Yeah.
communication, transportation. A lot of gadgets has come out um, as a result of trying going to space. And I was
Mhm.
even some of the questions they were raising up was like, what about those elites that have started going to space? I said that's even better,
Yeah.
because some companies now will put some research on them,
Mhm.
because remember the people who are going to space, they are very much in good shape health wise, and they're just tip top. So
Mhm.
now, if other elites and other people have the privilege to go to space, that means we will have an opportunity for an equal opportunity of people who are either not tip top in health, but
Mhm.
when they go to space, then that will give us so much information on how they behave there, how they behave when they take medication over there. So
Mhm.
that would be data that we can use to do other stuff, things like that. Oh my God, it's such a privilege to speak to you, who's going to be an astronaut. I'm just so excited. So now, Priya, I have another question I want to ask you. So me and you have privilege to be here in United States, and I'm in California,
Mhm.
and I'm so privileged for so many resources around us, and I'm just so thankful for that. But what would you say to a girl growing up, either here in United States? Remember, certain resources that we have, even where you are, it's not
Mhm.
everywhere, right?
Yes,
So,
that's
what
true.
would you say to a girl growing up in remote area, in Africa, in Asia, India? Just in the remote area where these girls are so passionate about being an astronaut.
Yeah.
What would you tell them?
The main thing I would say, I go off a quote. There's a famous saying that when opportunities don't knock, then build a door, right? It
Yes.
is, if there is really a strong passion, it just takes, talking to a lot of people that have the
Mhm.
similar interests, that have the similar ideas and share the similar passion. And from there, just build that community and
Mhm.
try to explore ways and opportunities that you do have around you. And you
Yes.
don't have to be in all these different activities that are always
Yes,
televised.
that's
You
right.
the most amount of knowledge can even be found in like books or in the internet or through shows. There are so many space-based shows, or even astronauts have written a lot of books, and all of these are really strong knowledge base that you could build off of. Personally, for me, the way I was able to advance a lot in the past few years is because
Mm.
I've just been very vocal about
Yes.
my dreams and my passions. I tell everyone from my dentist to my barber that I want to be an astronaut. And in fact, I did find like some of the best connections. My dentist daughter is doing aerospace engineering, finishing it up in college, and I was able to connect with her and get some great mentorship. So you never know who is out there to help you, and you never know who's out there to support you. So never be afraid to like speak up and voice your passion. Don't think that, don't shy away. Don't think that it's weird, because if you want to change the world, then you will.
Wow, wow, you nailed it. And guess what, Priya, what I've been telling my viewers? I said, when you are when you want to get to a certain place, or you want to be an engineer, you want to be an astronaut, you want to be whatever you want to be, you have to be looking for this blue rope. I call it the blue rope because that's the one that takes us to the, up there, right? You have to be vocal and say, guys, I'm looking for the blue rope. And then, have you seen the blue rope? Right?
Yes.
You're
Yes.
asking people. Then, oh, you mean the blue rope, the one that's going upstairs? You're like, yes, I need that blue rope. Where is it? Did you see it?
Yeah.
So that, in that case, someone is gonna go there and get that blue rope and give it to you.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying. You need to be vocal. You need to be sharing people. You need to test what you have with someone, to hear their reaction, what they think about it, things like that. Because why? We never know where our opportunity is going to come. You never know. So that's why you never know who you're going to stumble on. So that's why we have to keep talking, keep, sharing your passion. Of course, you're going to see some people who wants to shoot your dream, but never mind about those people.
Yes. Yes.
They always want, oh no, engineering is so tough. I don't think you're gonna make it. It's a man's job, things like that. So we don't have to pay attention to others. Wow, that's really interesting. So, Priya, I'm gonna give you few minutes, whatever you want to share with my viewers. Feel free. So go ahead.
Okay, sure. So, I mean, just building off of what you said, I think persistence is one of the most important qualities to have to succeed in not just STEM, but or any field with any dream, and just
Yes.
chase after those goals. So, I think that everyone here watching, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you were inspired and motivated to just continue to launch farther and build those opportunities, get people around you that think like you, and just aim for the stars.
Wow, thank you so much. And would you mind coming again, Priya, to come and share us your journey, how it's going? Because we are here, we want to see these engineers, we want to see scientists as they pursue, as they navigate STEM. Please do come again and share with us whatever stage you are in. It will be very educative for us.
Yes, definitely. I would love to. In fact, in a couple months, I did
Mhm.
get selected into the Possum Academy, and it's through the International Institute for Astronautical Sciences. And I'll actually
Yes,
be doing research on clouds and doing evaluation on spacesuits. And
yes.
soon I may even get the chance to be training under microgravity through
Wow.
suborbital, like parabolic flights at the edge of
Uh-huh.
Earth. So I'm really excited to go through those experiences and bring them back and share all of them with you.
Please, we'll be waiting. We really can't wait. Thank you so much, and we're wishing you all the best. You are very smart, mind you. I love that uniform behind you and
Thank you.
all your stuff behind you, NASA. Thank you so much, and wishing you all the best. And we can't wait to have you again.
Thank you so much. Looking forward to it.
All right, thank you.